Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneur Experiment Idea Lab. It's Monday. That means we are going to discuss some great ideas and stuff that I've seen during the week. We're going to kick off though with the Momentum Challenge, which I'm doing at the minute. If you're a regular listener, you know that when Lockdown 2 started, I needed something to keep me focused. I needed something to give me some incentive to be consistent, to keep going every single day of lockdown. So I set myself the 42-day lockdown challenge. Why 42 days? Because lockdown is going to last 42 days. It actually seems really long now. So we're on day 19. Listen to it on Monday. So we're on day 19. Halfway there, nearly. It just seems like it's really, really long. This week, mixed it up with some sea swimming. It's not as cold as you think. Beach running, and for the first time in about 10 years, road cycling. I turned my ankle on the beach, ironically enough, and I had to go road cycling on Thursday. Yeah, it's tough. Road cycling's hard. I bought a bike in the Bike to Work scheme years ago, never used it. So, getting back on that buzz. The Momentum Challenge, basically all it is just keeping good habits. So starting the day with one solid thing. For me, it's fitness. Doing an hour, roughly an hour to 90 minutes of exercise every single day. That then is like the foundation on which I build the rest of my day. And I find just by doing one thing consistently every single day, helps me then through the rest of the day, because obviously with lockdown a lot of stuff is restricted. You can't do a lot of things, so I'm trying to take back control of the controllables. I talk about this a lot. Control the controllables and the rest of the day feels a lot better. It's a way of kind of anchoring my day. It's a way of kind of going, right, okay, I've achieved like one of my main missions for the day. The rest of the day is going to be good. I'm actually working with Parallel Nutrition. They're a food company here in Dublin, and they do all my meals now. They do my breakfast, lunch and dinner. So twice a week I get a delivery from the lads with all the meals I need for the week. Really good. Go to parallelnutrition.ie to check them out. You can get all your meals for the week from the lads. Also follow them on Instagram. A lot of good food porn going on with the lads on Instagram, so go give them a follow. You can add me on Instagram as well if you're not following me already. It's Mr. Gary Fox on Instagram and all the rest of the social channels. I kind of share up every day what I'm doing, and then kind of want people to kind of get in touch with me and tell me what they're doing for lockdown, kind of make them a little bit accountable as well, keep me accountable. Coming up on the pod this week, we have a very special guest, Jamie Heaslip. You'll know him as the ex-Ireland and Lions rugby player, but actually Jamie's a hugely successful entrepreneur and investor. He's a huge portfolio of really good investments, and we talk about a lot of stuff I don't think he's ever talked about before. I wanted to talk to him purely about business, purely about his life as an entrepreneur and investor. That's coming out this Thursday at 5 a.m. Keep an eye out for that. I have a very random idea for you this week. I'm watching a lot of YouTube at the minute, so obviously the algorithm is in full force, and it's getting better and better and sharing me more and more things. But it recommended this channel called Asheville. And I was like, okay, what is this? And it's run by this guy called Daniel. He's a UK based entrepreneur, really super charismatic guy. But basically the channel is about him running a concrete and waste management company. Like, when you think of all the kind of sexy, cool YouTube channels, you know, gaming, fitness, you know, this guy running his construction industry business, it's like the most unsuitable thing you'd think of for a YouTube channel, but it works so well. I'd say I watched about an hour and a half of him this weekend. Just like one video was like 37 minutes long. It was just him running through his fleet of trucks. And it was just the most relaxing thing ever. Now part of it's him. He's a very charismatic guy. He's got a good screen presence. He's very good on YouTube. He knows what he's doing. But I don't know what it is, but a part of it is it's so real. It's so very, very honest, because one of the reasons why he's so kind of like popping up in a lot of feeds now, and I guarantee you in the next 6 to 12 months this guy's channel will be one of the biggest channels in the UK in terms of growth. His video, A Day in the Life of a Construction Entrepreneur, went viral, and it has 1.2 million views. It's actually a really good video. It's just like, basically, and I'm a sucker for these videos, an absolute sucker for day in the life videos. I'm actually thinking about doing a series of podcasts on it in terms of spending a day with different types of entrepreneurs. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I think it could be kind of cool, you know, a day in the life of a tech entrepreneur, a day in the life of a coffee entrepreneur, a day in the life, I was going to the same examples, day in the life of an agricultural entrepreneur, a day in the life of a forestry entrepreneur. So if that's something you're interested in, shout at me, let me know if that is, because I think that's pretty interesting, and I think I'll do it anyway. I'm just a sucker for that kind of content. And basically just runs through his day from 5 a.m. until 11 or 12 p.m. at night, and it's pretty interesting. It just goes through hour by hour, and it shows like the work ethic, and I think that's why I like it. It shows the work ethic required to build a really successful business. And why I'm talking about that today is that it reinforces two things that I'm a big believer in, that I talk about a lot on the pod, and that is riches in niches, or niches as the US would say. Riches in niches and documenting your journey. I think those two lessons are two of the most powerful things you can do in a small business, because they cost you absolutely nothing. Documenting your journey, no matter what you're doing, someone is going to find that interesting. Like I would not have predicted that a company, like literally just driving trucks and doing waste management, they'd have, let me see what they have, 145,000 subscribers. Each video gets about 300,000 views on top of his 1.2 million views that he gets in his day in the life videos. So there's something in that. There's something in documenting your journey. So I think no matter what you're doing, especially now, because COVID just adds this whole other element to documenting your journey. And I think if you can document this time, I think purely even for yourself, like I want to document these vlogs, and that's why I started doing YouTube, because I wanted to show what life is like now, and I kind of remember, because we will forget. We forget so quickly. We will forget how crazy this time is. So I think even if it's just for yourself, even if it's just for your own records, why not document what you're doing? So I would recommend going and checking out that. If you're on the newsletter, if you're not on my newsletter, go to mrgaryfox.com, join the newsletter. I link all these stories and I link all these channels. So go to mrgaryfox.com. There's nearly 300 people on the newsletter now. So go join that. Secondly, today, I've talked about this a million times. Well, maybe not a million, that's dramatic. But the Entrepreneur Experiment community. So I get loads of messages now, and it makes my week and my day when people reach out to me from the pod and go, hey, love this episode here, I'd like to know more about that, or I love this guest here, I didn't like that. And it's class. It absolutely makes this week was particularly good. I got about, I'd say, 6 or 7 messages from people, all varying, talking about different things. But a few people were like, I started my business and the pod is such a huge help, and that means everything to me. So thank you so much. What I want to do is I want to collect everyone together. I want to get the entire Entrepreneur Experiment community together and launch a private community. Now it's only going to be for 250 people. I've thought about this a lot. It's not set in stone yet, but this is what I'm thinking. Send me your feedback and let me know what you think of this. I'm thinking about setting up a private community because I'm in a number of very small entrepreneur groups. Literally, one of them has literally 6 of us in it. We meet once a month and we hold each other accountable. We talk about ideas and we solve problems for each other. And that's kind of what I imagine the Entrepreneur Experiment community as, a larger version of that small group. That's why I want to limit the number of people. I'm thinking 250 people. It might actually get smaller. It might go down to like 200, or it might go down to 150. I'm not sure yet. But what I want it to be is a very, very super engaged, super helpful place whereby people can go and connect and solve each other's problems and make meaningful connections. Because the biggest thing, the biggest theme I get in terms of messages is loneliness. And it's hard being an entrepreneur, and I've no one to talk to, and the pods are great because I get a feeling of it's not just me. And there's no reason to be like that, and I struggle with that myself hugely. And the little groups that I'm in help hugely. But I find during COVID, I do feel very disconnected from other entrepreneurs, and you know, if you've got staff, you're disconnected from them, and if you've got investors and all kinds of stuff. So I think we need something like this. I think we need a community. Now, it's going to be closed network, so that means it's only going to be 150 to 250 people. It's going to be paid. I'm going to flag that straight away. It's going to be a membership model because, number one, people don't value what's free. I 100% believe this. I know this myself. Oh, free PDF download the ebook now. Download it, stays in your downloads folder. You might never open it. So I think it's got to be paid to actually engage in it and to get the value from it. And for me to be able to give value to it, I'm going to need people to help me with this. I'm going to have to probably hire a couple of people to help me with this. And to be able to deliver the value that I want in terms of monthly meetings, in terms of actually get-togethers, obviously when COVID allows, in terms of like a yearly retreat for entrepreneurs, so getting together and having a high value 24 to 48 hours together. And I think you only make meaningful connections with people who are truly invested. I don't want people coming in trying to sell stuff to other people. So it's going to be a paid community. not certain on the price yet. Probably going to be about 200 to 300 euros, give or take that. So there is going to be a wait list. I'm going to test this and see, is there enough demand for this? If there is, we'll launch it. If there's not, we won't. So in the newsletter this week, there's a link for the wait list. If you're on the newsletter, click straight in to go on the wait list. There also will be a discount for people. If you go on the wait list now, before the end of the year, it'll launch January. So if you're on the wait list before it launches, you will get a discount. There'll be 2 tiers. You'll get the discount. Go to my website either, join the wait list there, mrgaryfox.com, click community. I'm literally going to have to set that up. Let me confirm that I've given you the right link. Yeah, go to mrgaryfox.com, click community in the top left hand corner or on the top of your page, depending on what you're viewing it on. Join the wait list there. You will get an email from me telling you that you're on it, that your number, whatever, and that you have enough space. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Send me feedback on that. Let me know, yes, that's a great idea. I'd love to join a very tight, close group of people who are going to help each other, who are going to support each other, who are going to solve problems for each other, or no, that's not something what I want. So let me know. That's the Idea Lab for this week. A little bit different again. The most important thing is to keep putting these out. It's every week, my schedule kind of pushes me and pulls me in different directions. This week was a little bit busy for reasons I will go into down the road. I'm in the middle of pivoting my business into a brand new business, so I'm literally getting pulled in 10 different directions. But most important thing for me is to keep these going consistent for you so that everything is coming out on a Monday and Thursday. I'll see you Thursday morning for Jamie Heaslip's chat. Trust me, this is going to be one of the episodes of the year. The content and the value in it is absolutely huge. I will talk to you Thursday, and as I said, do reach out to me, do send me a message, let me know how you're getting on. Talk to you Thursday.